So I've made one video about Ellen DeGeneres mistreating her workers, but my video focused on workers at her home. If you recall, there was accusation of toxic workplace environment at her work, and then what I covered was even at home she's toxic with her own workers that are taking care of the house. Now she's back, the Ellen DeGeneres show is back, and she's addressing these controversies, and the apology, it's not real good, I have to admit, it's not real good, so let's walk you through it.
Oh boy, welcome to season 18 of the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Is it me or she is doing that really weird fake smile here? I never watched that show usually, I don't know if she's always like this, but this forced smile looks very odd.
If you're watching because you love me, thank you. If you're watching because you don't love me, welcome. How was everybody's summer? Good? Yeah? Mine was great. Super terrific. I'm so happy to be back in the studio. There are a lot of things I want to talk about. I've been looking forward to addressing it all directly, and unfortunately, talking directly to people has been illegal for 6 months, so I have a virtual audience here instead. Here you all are.
Very interesting. It looks like all TVs or something. It looks like a scene from the future, but look at these faces. They're so happy to be here. You realize that you are supporting a terrible person that mistreats people who are not the same social status as her, right?
You look beautiful, and I'm sure you smell great. That's what I'm imagining anyway.
Ah, what a good joke, man. It shows that she was a good comedian before.
All right, let's get to it. As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened.
You just learned that. You learned that things that happened here never should have happened. So you just learned. It took an investigation for you to learn about your own behavior. Wow. It's like you go rob someone, and then there's a police investigation, and then in court say, well, I learned that something horrible that happened at that house. It never should have happened.
I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected.
I think you should mean, I'm so sorry to the people who I affected. I'm so sorry to those who I offended and to those who I brought to tears. And did you apologize in person to them personally, in private? Or is this just a whole public thing to recover your image? I think that's what it is, right?
I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility, yes.
And I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear.
It's kind of weird to crack a joke when it's a very serious moment of very serious allegations like that. I am Ellen DeGeneres, this is my show, I take responsibility. So why don't you say, so I admit that what I did was wrong, I did these things and I apologize for these things. Is I did X, X is wrong because of Y, and I apologize for doing X and I won't do it again. That's a real apology.
We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
I'm sorry, but what were the necessary changes? It seems like the problem is still there. You are the problem. If there's a toxic employee or a toxic boss, what is the solution to keep that environment non-toxic? It is to fire that person. You are still there. The problem still exists. Unless you change. But I assume that a 50-year-old woman like you is not going to change like this, right? You're not a child anymore. It's very hard to get rid of those habits, especially since nothing about you changed. You're still the boss. Nothing is out of the ordinary.
There were also articles in the press and on social media that said that I am not who I appear to be on TV because I became known as the Be Kind lady. And here's how that happened. I started saying be kind to one another after a young man named Tyler Clemente took his own life after being bullied for being gay. I thought the world needed more kindness, and it was a reminder that we all needed that. And I think we need it more than ever right now. Being known as the Be Kind lady is a tricky position to be in. So let me give you some advice out there. If anybody's thinking of changing their title or giving yourself a nickname, do not go with the Be Kind lady. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't be the Be Kind lady if you're a hypocrite in real life, if you don't practice what you preach. Otherwise, be the Be Kind lady. Just don't be a dick.
The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV.
Nope.
I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that.
Do you know what the difference is between someone who has no control over their emotions and someone who is emotionally intelligent, who has control over their emotions? Is that these people also get sad, impatient, and angry just like you, except they don't lash out, they don't take it out on anyone else. It stays inside them. I used to have a boss, the best boss ever, and I could tell when he was upset, but not once was he changing the way that he spoke to me. He was always professional, always kind, because he was a mature person with control over his emotions. At this age, it's very irresponsible of you to not still be able to control your emotions.
I am a work in progress.
You're like 50! Work in progress? People who say they're a work in progress are like 16 years old usually. How much practice do you need to just treat others the way you want to be treated? It's not that hard.
And I'm especially working on the impatience thing because, and it's not going well because it's not happening fast enough. I will tell you that.
Alright, that was a pretty good joke, but it's still not appropriate to joke at this moment. Let's continue.
Listen, you know, I don't know, I'm a talk show host and you know that, but maybe some of you know that, you know, I was an actress. I've played a straight woman in movies, so I'm a pretty good actress. But I don't think that I'm that good that I could come out here every day for 17 years and fool you.
Apparently you were. I mean, how hard is it to maintain control of yourself when you're in front of the cameras for like 1 hour a day, and then you can just lash out throughout the day in your personal life? Real ethics is in private. Real ethics is when no one is watching you, when there's no real consequence. That's how you know someone's a good person. When there's nothing to lose and they're still good for the sake of being good. Obviously this is an immoral person. This is an unethical person because she's a good person in front of the cameras, and behind the scenes she tortures people emotionally.
This is me. And my intention is to always be the best person I can be.
It's interesting how people who are terrible people always say that they're trying to improve who they are. They try to be the best person that they can be. They're trying to grow. I've had an issue like this at work one time where this crazy lady started like yelling at me. A peer, not a superior, started yelling at me for some stupid reason. And then when I went to the boss and the boss had to talk to her, she said, oh yeah, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm like, bitch, you're 50. You're just as old as this girl here. And you still are trying to be a better person. You still lash out over stupid things like this. I'm younger and I'm way more in control of myself and my feelings than you are.
And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that. If that's ever the case, I have let myself down and I've hurt myself as well.
Yeah, you've definitely let yourself down and hurt yourself as well because this leaked. Were there any moment of self-reflection before this went public? No. How do I know that it's a no? Because the behavior continued. So you don't realize that you are letting yourself down when you're not being scrutinized publicly. When it leaks, then you are ashamed. You're only sorry that you got caught.
Well, because I always try to grow as a person. I look at everything that comes into my life as an opportunity to learn. I got into this business to make people laugh and feel good. That's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, it's definitely your favorite thing to do to make people feel good. Hence why people are feeling like absolute crap when they work for you. Okay, makes sense. Are you sure that it's not about making yourself feel good, that you are so popular and you have all this validation from these stupid middle-aged women at the back applauding you, validating your existence, you're famous and rich, blah blah blah? Are you sure it's not because of that? Are you sure that you're really doing this to make others feel well?
That and Jenga. I love that game. And now I am a boss of 270 people. 270 people who help make this show what it is. 270 people who...
270 people who probably half had a bad experience because of me.
All I want is for every single one of them to be happy and to be proud to work here. This has been a horrible summer for people all around the world. People are losing their jobs. People are losing loved ones to a pandemic. People are losing their homes and lives in raging fires that are going on. There's blatant racial injustice all around us. I watch the news and I feel like, where do we even begin? So my hope is that we can still be a place of happiness and joy. I still want to be the 1 hour a day that people can go to escape and laugh. I want to continue to help all the people that we help every day. And I'm committed to making this the best season that we have ever had.
Oh yeah, we understand your priorities. Your priorities are continue the show. That means absolutely nothing as it relates to your employees being mistreated. The issue here is a toxic work environment. It is not to keep your viewers happy. The viewers were always happy. It's people behind the scenes that are unhappy, okay? Subscribe, like and subscribe, or die. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, and get the fuck out of here.